So that's the end of Act 4. So this is, I'm pretty sure, the final act, Act 5. I don't think there's a sixth act. I'm not sure. There might be. It's been quite a while since I've seen this film. A year or something. I say I watch it every year. He's just putting crosses on the doors. They'll show Knock here in a second, since he killed the warden. So everybody in the town starts chasing him. That comes up in a second. He does like the dumbest thing ever to like evade the townspeople. That was the book that that's the same book that he was holding when he threw it down on the floor. Remember earlier where I made a mention of that. The reason she's making those faces and things like that is because she's getting drawn to Nosferatu since he's putting her under like a trance. I mean, she's not under a trance right now, but she's just getting like drawn towards him. And she's feeling his presence and things like that. I mean, he's literally right across the street from her house at this point. There's a scene where they look out the window, and they see Nosferatu and looking straight back at him through the other window. I think it's actually right here. Yeah, here it is. That's a pretty recognizable scene in this film. It's really creepy if you think about it. I mean, if you look out the window and you see your neighbor just staring straight at you across the street, that'd be the creepiest thing of all time. Especially the way he does it, like he looks out the window and then like you see his hand come up towards the window. You'll see that shot in just a second. It's right here. I'm actually slightly disappointed I didn't get to see Nosferatu on sailing the ship. I thought that was the scene with the window. Is that not a... That's weird. Maybe that wasn't the scene where he is staring through the window? Perhaps not. Maybe not yet. I thought it was. That's just Ellen looking out the window. Noticing all the coffins just getting carried away. Like I said, they think it's the plague. I mean, clearly it's not the plague, but... I actually really like that font. I've used that font in some Evil Within playthrough title cards. Yeah, so basically they know that Nock killed the warden, and they're kind of looking for somebody to... I don't really know, I guess to blame. I guess that's what they're saying. So they pretty much just say, well, he killed the warden, so let's blame it on Nock. And then they find him practically. The entire town tries to, yeah, they say he strangled him, so they think he's a vampire. So they pretty much just chase him around. There he is. And he pretty much evades the entire town, because apparently everybody in the town is stupid. He like climbs a roof and uses a scarecrow somehow, and that works out pretty well in the middle of a field. I love the scene there with the upward view of him running through the streets. So yeah, somehow he got on the roof like in 4 seconds. He's like hitting the head with a stone. Yeah, it's literally the entire town chasing this guy, but he puts one scarecrow in the middle of a field, and then they think that's him. Like, every person in this, all those people think that one scarecrow is him. Not one person can realize that's a scarecrow. I'm not sure what all that acrobatic stuff was there. I mean, he could just jump down instead of doing all that, but whatever. I think this is actually the scene where Orlok's staring through the window. I thought it was a previous scene, but I think this is actually the scene. Yeah, it is. So yeah, she's sitting there and then she goes to the window, and then he's looking at her. I thought it was the scene before that, but that wasn't it. This is the scarecrow scene. Must be just like the stupidest town of all time or something. I'm not sure. I like that scene where you just see his like forehead poke up off the screen there. Like, literally. He put his coat on a scarecrow, and they're like, oh, that must be him. And they all just, like, proceed to beat the shit out of the scarecrow, like that's actually him. I don't understand. Like, they're still beating the shit out of that scarecrow. It's clearly not him, guys. Jesus. There's the scene I was talking about right here, where he's staring at her through the window. The creepiest scene of all time. Holy shit. Then he like lifts his hand in the air, like towards her, like to draw her to the window. Oh my god, that's so creepy looking. Like, I don't know if it's just me, or does he look like Chris Hardwick from The Talking Dead in that scene? Like, look at his face, and then look at Chris Hardwick's face. For some reason, he reminds me of Chris Hardwick in this scene. Yeah, that's a really creepy scene. Practically what you're doing right now is just putting her under a trance. What she does is she actually yeah, he starts to control her a little bit. That's a really cool scene where he just walks off of a frame. But what she actually does is she opens up that book again to see how you kill a vampire. I love that scene where that's why I stopped talking for a second, where the door just opens itself like that. Yeah, she opens a book that he had that tells her how to kill a vampire, and that's pretty much how that works out. There's the scene, the most pretty much iconic scene of the entire film. Look at the shadows, that's absolutely amazing. See, she read the book. She knows that she has to open the window at the perfect time for the vampire to fall in love with her and want to, you know, control her as a mistress. She has to be like pure in heart, I guess. Look again with the shadows. Look at that. He just took control of her. So what he's trying to do is wake up the doctor. I guess he's not really a doctor, more of like a professor. Yeah, so what happens here is she read the book, so she knows that she has to wait till sunlight. And practically she just waits until the sunrise, and Orlok just, I don't know why he didn't realize that the sun was rising, but he realized at the last second, and then the sun comes in and pretty much just annihilates him, so. Here is what happens right here. He looks up at the screen, which is really cool. His teeth are really creepy, and his claws. He stares out the window and realizes it's sunset. I mean sunrise. He wakes up and he's like, "No, master." Yeah, so practically what happened was Orlok was sucking her blood for too long, and he didn't realize that it was almost time for the sunrise. And there's actually, that's something different there. You can actually see his reflection, if you notice that in the left hand. you can actually see a reflection in the mirror, while in the Bela Lugosi Dracula you can't see a reflection. That's just something I just thought I'd point out. Again, the window's in perfect frame in the middle. And this is when the sun hits him and he dies. And then Knock is like, "Master, master." Yeah, so she pretty much knew that she wanted to bait him into coming at the perfect timings for the sunrise to kill him with the sun. Yeah, so Orlok is dead. And actually, she sacrificed herself because she was getting drained by him for so long that she actually loses blood and dies, so she just was alive long enough to pretty much see her husband one last time. So this is the end of the movie. The last scene is just going to show the castle. Yeah, it's all like dilapidated looking and things like that, so it's just indicating that Orlok is dead, is what the last shots are. That's just saying how Orlok was just killed. Obliterated by the triumphant rays of the sun. And there is the ruined castle. Like I said, it reminds me of the end of Castlevania, the NES game. Anyway, so yeah, this was Nosferatu, one of my favorite horror movies of all time. And yeah, so as you can see, I obviously watched it on PC. If you want to see me do some more public domain movies and just put them up here and kind of commentate over what's happening or just what I thought, my initial thoughts of the movie, go ahead and let me know. And this will probably be like a 3-parter. I'm not sure exactly how long it'll be. But there's a lot of public domain movies that are very interesting, like White Zombie and Night of the Living Dead and other things. Nosferatu, like I said, is an amazing movie. If you're into filmmaking, then definitely check this movie out to see how to cast shadows and how to make a good movie without actually having dialogue. That's really important. Have good music, things like that. So yeah, if you enjoyed this, go ahead and leave a thumbs up, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Peace.